my name is Barbara Murphy, and I'm president of the Malden City Council. I'm here today to reflect on Karen and just to speak about the absolutely wonderful person she was. Not only was she brilliant, but she was a friend to many. I met Karen over 50 years ago delivering flyers for a Malden politician. From those days, our life split and we went on different tracks, both married and had children, and came back together 14 years ago when I ran for City Council. From the day that I stepped into City Hall, Karen took me by the hand and led me through the ropes, not having had any political background. She was an absolutely amazing individual who knew not only the city, but she knew the law and she knew the right way to do things. She will be missed forever. Her legacy stands in these walls and in these halls and among the hearts of so many people in this building. She will never be replaced, but we will remember her fondly, and through our work for the city of Malden, we will bring forward all her wishes to make this city the best that it could be. She's truly a blue and gold person, and once again will live forever in our hearts. Thank you.
My name is John McNaught. I am the city solicitor for the city of Malden. On July 1st, 2013, I met Karen Anderson for the first time. She was the city clerk for the city of Malden. She swore me in as the assistant city solicitor. I was thrilled to be employed by the city of Malden, and I was equally thrilled to meet her. You could understand Karen very easily. She spoke very, very well, very clearly. And over the years, I got to know her more and more because of our interaction between the legal department and Karen as the city clerk. She retired several years ago. The exact time I cannot recall. But Karen stayed with the city of Malden, and what she did was become the director of a department that handled all requests regarding documents from anybody outside the city. That would cause her to consult with our department, my predecessor, Catherine Fallon, and with me as an assistant city attorney at the time. And then I became the city attorney last August, and she and I had several meetings over a long period of time. What did I learn from Karen? First of all, she's the most knowledgeable person I've ever met with regard to municipal law, ordinances, procedures, documents, certifications, and the law. In addition to that, and this is my real opinion, she was one of the kindest, nicest people I ever met. I was so heartbroken to hear of her illness and her death. Karen, you deserve more kudos for what you did during your lifetime, but unfortunately, you'll have to receive them up above.
Hi.
Hi. So we are Morgan, Carol Ann, and Anna from the city clerk's office, and we all have extensive time in with Karen, working with her, for her, and as a friend, right? So how long have you been in the clerk's office?
I've been in the clerk's office for just under 8 years. So, and I spent just 2 of those years under Karen Anderson. And as a young woman, it really was inspirational to see her do her job so masterfully and as cool as a cucumber, honestly. She was such an inspiration.
So I've been in the clerk's office just over 10 years. I came in, Karen interviewed me and took me on as the assistant register of voters back then, 10 years ago. And yeah, so you're right, she was an inspiration to watch do her job. So like, I'm a believer that you don't always want to meet your heroes because they never seem to live up to the pedestal that you put them on. But oh my God, she did.
Yep.
She never disappointed. She was exactly what you thought she was going to be. What you saw was what you get. She's tough old broad, brilliant, just focused, determined. She shared her knowledge with you. She would mentor you, and never disappointed. Just always lived up to the legend.
Yeah, absolutely.
How long have you known her?
I know her since I was helping out as a poll worker at
Yeah.
630 Salem Street, and then I joined the clerk's office since last September. I remember back then, 630 Salem Street, we take our time to finish up, so we're always kind of the last precinct, and she will come and like done, and she's just so cool and so kind and so quick. Every time I see her, gave me such a peace of mind.
Oh my gosh, I know. She
And
was
it's just
comforting that way.
Yeah, and then when I joined the clerk's office, I felt the same way because it's like a new job, and that I saw her, it's like, everything's gonna be okay.
Yes. Yeah, she made it okay. I remember on election night, so we would leave here, polls close at 8 o'clock, so we would leave here at 7:45 on election night to go help the poll workers close down all the locations. And oh my God, it was so scary driving with her. She would race across town. She could make it across Malden faster than an ambulance with their lights on. And so she owns a Prius now, but there was a car that she owned before the Prius. Did you ever drive in it with her?
No.
Oh my God, so the passenger seat didn't, you know when you click the seat to move it forward and stuff? Well, that lock didn't work properly, so every time she would drive, I would be going like this in the car. It'd be so funny, and she'd be like, hold on. Oh my gosh, yeah, good old days. And then on election nights, we'd work all night long.
Yeah.
And then the next morning, breakfast pizza, we'd be back at it.
That's right.
Early the next morning.
A nice cold slice of pizza
I know,
to start
a nice-
off the day after election.
She had the worst diet. Oh my God. And this last election, we ate all the pizza on election
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
And so she literally couldn't focus on helping us close the election the day after the election because there was no cold breakfast pizza in the fridge. So she made Greg order pizza at 11 a.m. because she's like, I can't do this without my breakfast pizza. Yeah, that's how she was. She just was, what you saw is what you get. Yeah, oh my goodness. Okay.
And I really enjoy like having snack time with her, and it's just every time I get snacks, I'm like, I gotta get more because Karen will share them with me, you
She
know.
always did, yeah. She loved her
She
snacks.
loves snacks.
I would always offer her celery and broccoli, and she'd be like, "What are you? No, I don't want the vegetables. Are you kidding me? No, and coffee. And that's what she lived
That's
off of,
right.
her coffee. She'd
Yep.
say, "I think it's time for a coffee run." Morgan was the coffee girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
As the youngest and
As the
newest
youngest,
of
you
the
each
People
office.
like it with
I had, yep.
Yeah.
milk because I offer half and half. Like never.
No, not having it. And never hot, right? Always
Yes.
iced
Medium
coffee.
ice, milk
Yes.
and sugar.
The
Yeah.
tea was hot,
Yeah,
never
the tea was
cold.
hot.
Yeah,
And the
that's
coffee
it.
was
Yeah.
cold, never hot. Yeah.
Very particular.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think what will be the one thing you remember her for the most, I guess?
Honestly, I don't know. Will that be it? I don't know.
Edit it out, I don't know.
I think her presence, just from her.
Just her presence, just her, yeah, the feeling of calm that you got, her knowledge that she shared with us. Brilliant mind. A lot of people, we used to tease Karen, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but she didn't watch TV, right? Remember how she didn't watch TV?
yeah.
So she would go home at night after work and read like Supreme Court briefs.
Oh,
For
wow.
fun, like that, yeah. She was such a nerd. I know, but we love that about her. It was like part of her charm. It was part of what made her great. She would do that, but we would be talking about something on TV from, never saw that show, never saw that show.
I remember that night you guys going out for a drink afterward. It's 11 p.m. I was exhausted. I was like, let's go. I was like, I'm tired.
No, yeah, exactly.
She's
No, you
like,
gotta
yeah,
close
let's
up the
go.
night, yeah,
Yeah.
after the election, and then
Amazing.
you just kind of relive it all. And,
Yeah.
oh my
she's
gosh,
amazing.
I'll never forget the night. And things close early now. Somehow they seem to close early. They used to be open later before
Yeah.
COVID, I think. Things closed early. But do you remember in the last presidential election, we were like trying to find a place that was
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
open, and we went over there and we're just like watching the results come in, and oh my God, it was all night long. It was so
Yes.
great though. We were just sitting there and just rehashing the whole night, and that's what we did after every election. That was our thing.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Councillor Steve Winslow, and I just really want to share a few thoughts of Karen Anderson. What a Malden institution. My experience was working with her on various parts of council work and just work on advocacy in the city. And I just remember one time I asked her, I was looking and researching stuff on our traffic commission. And the traffic commission is part of our charter. And at that time, we did not have a charter that was online, and she pulled out this book that was like that thick, and it was all the charter amendments over the course of time, and it was just amazing to me that she had such knowledge, and she was able to pick out things, and that provision had been changed over and over again. I was just so impressed of her dedication to the city, and always such a matter of fact. And it was like, this is what I got. This, just always, anytime you deal with her, she's always direct, very refreshing. And that's just my particular recollections. I know a lot of people might have more personal things, but that's what my recollection is, of just how direct and how hardworking she was for the city, and I really always appreciate it. And just my thoughts to her family and that, and all her friends. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Joanne Satimio. I work in the assessor's office. It's here at City Hall. I've been here 24 years, and Karen was actually my first boss here at City Hall. I started off in the city clerk's office, so she was my first supervisor boss. She was a wonderful woman. I can't say enough kind words about her. Even if you were having a bad day, whether it be personal or in the office, she was always there for you. She always had your back. Karen was a great person. She was witty, funny. Oh, we had more laughs in her office, her and I. Funny, witty, smart, and very knowledgeable about the city, as I'm sure you'll hear a lot of that. I think she could have been mayor, personally, no offense, Gary, but she could have been mayor if she wanted at one time, I mean. She just knew everybody, and she just knew everything about the city of Malden. And I had my son late in life, and when I ever told her I was having a baby, she was so happy for me. I think she was more ecstatic than I was. I was shocked, I think, but she was ecstatic. And she just was such a nice lady. I miss her a lot. Again, she was, like I said, one of the smartest and most kindest and down to earth, very down to earth. You could approach her about anything. She was just so nice and kind and very witty. And I just want to end this little tribute to Karen, saying, Karen, this is an inside joke, by the way, everybody. You'll always be one of my favorite peeps. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ryan O'Malley. I'm the Ward 4 City Councilor, and I'm here to commemorate Karen Anderson's life. I joined the council in 2015, and when I did join, Karen Anderson was the city clerk. She taught me so many things about Malden history, so many things about how the law operates, how the city operates, and I wouldn't be the elected official that I am today if it wasn't for Karen. She'll be sorely missed by me and the entire community, and may she rest in peace.
Hi, I'm Peg Crow, and to talk a little about Karen, it really is, it was just actually an honor to be able to call her a friend and work with her as a colleague. She was always so kind, and I would say like generous with her time and talents, and not just around city things, but if you had anything going on, she'd ask you how you're doing, and she really wanted to hear about that, and she'd help you work through things even if it had nothing to do with the city. She, as everyone says, how brilliant she was, but she knew a lot of things about everything, and it would be the greatest conversations because she'd just kind of tell you what the feeling, and you'd say, I remember this or that when I was a kid, and she'd say, you know what it was before? She just had, more to the story all the time. And on the school committee and the council, she would really, if you came to her with a problem, she'd help you figure it out, how to write an ordinance, how to, approach something. She'd play devil's advocate so you'd be prepared. But she always made sure that you had the limelight when something was coming up. She never took credit for any of the work that she really did, and she did a ton, bounced things off of her. But she just was an incredible person, and like I said, her door was always open, and she was always there for everybody. And again, even talking to her family, she didn't go home and say, you know who I helped or what I did. She just sort of did it really out of her heart. So Karen will be so greatly missed, and I miss the stories, her quick wit, and just her friendship.
Thank you. My name's Councilor Paul Condon from Ward 2. First of all, I'd like to thank Uma for giving us the opportunity to say a few words about our past city clerk, Karen Anderson, whom I worked with for approximately 30 years. Karen was a very, very special lady. She was such a professional. She always had time for anybody that wanted to stop by her office to discuss any kind of an issue. Just a wealth of knowledge. I've never seen anybody in my 17 terms that had the knowledge and shared it so willingly as Karen Anderson. She has my utmost respect, and she was such an outstanding employee and a friend. The only thing she couldn't do was she wasn't very good at coaching softball. I remember when she tried to coach her two girls, and she needed to practice a lot more. But that's about the only thing she didn't do great. So, Karen, I know you're resting in peace, and you have no idea how much we miss you. It goes back so many years. You were new, you come on in '86, and so did I. And I enjoyed every minute of your friendship. And God bless you, and rest in peace. Thank you.
Malden has lost truly an incredible person when it comes to public service. Karen was our go-to person, no matter what the question was or what kind of issue you had. I was fortunate enough to call her my friend, and we were friends for many years, starting with my service on the Board of Appeal under Mayor Richie Howard, and then my time here in the mayor's office now in this administration. Karen was the person we would go to, even in her retirement. And the one thing that I don't think any of us can imagine is going through an election cycle without Karen at the helm. She was there for all of us to answer our questions, keep us in line, and make sure we did everything right. She will be truly missed.
Karen was truly a one-of-a-kind person. I've known her for upwards of over 30 years. She brought the whole job of being a city clerk to a whole new level. Prior to her, it was more, I would say, ceremonial in nature, and it expanded vastly. I think largely because of her prior employment in state government, where she learned the mechanics of that governmental bureaucracy, and then coupled with her longtime residency in Malden. And she brought, all that skill set to the job. And, she never was one that wanted the limelight. She just worked hard. She could, we used to joke that she should have finished law school when she had a chance to, and she could have actually taught law and or a course in local history. Again, she'll be deeply missed, and I, again, had a great honor of working alongside her at City Hall.
My name is Michelle Romero. Karen and I met about 20 years ago in City Hall, and over the years our friendship grew out into the rest of life. My fondest memories are of our countless lunches just sitting in her office, eating cheese and crackers, and of all our quilting activities. Karen showed me how to be a better person. She gave me unwavering support and encouraged me with compassion. Our friendship has been a source of hope, comfort, and peace to me. As a best friend, Karen shared my joys and lightened my burdens. I will always treasure our friendship.
It's ironic that we're doing a Karen Anderson tribute in the Herbert Jackson City Council chambers, because this is where Karen had the most profound impact, not just on us as legislators, but also as residents who attended the meetings. And it's also ironic that I'm standing right next to what was her seat, because it was there that we often leaned over and asked her how, what, when, where, and why. And she answered every one of those questions with grace. And so that is something that I will always appreciate and remember about Karen, because it is rare in this world we live in where someone can have such a positive impact on all of us as Karen Anderson did.